The parody is done, folks. The Oklahoma City Thunder just clinched the championship as the youngest team in nearly 50 years. Their core, consisting of Shane Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, and Chad Holmgren, is aged 26, 24, and 23, respectively, with supporting players like Aaron Wiggins, Lou Dort, and Kesson Wallace, all 26 or younger. Surprisingly, Alex Caruso and Isaiah Hardenstein are the veterans. These youngsters have achieved such success that they've become the third franchise ever to win 84 games combined in the regular season and playoffs, joining the Warriors and Bulls, both of whom are NBA dynasties. So what's to prevent them from winning 3, 4, or more titles? There is, however, one factor that could derail a potential OKC dynasty, regardless of their preferences. The Pacers surprised everyone until Tyrese Haliburton suffered an Achilles tear, giving them a real shot at being the biggest underdog champions ever, based on betting odds. Instead, the formidable OKC defense rose to the occasion during the third quarter, especially with Chad Holmgren excelling, and now they stand as the NBA's top team. Everyone else is chasing them, but recall that when they reached the finals in 2012, others were also anticipating multiple championships. Certainly, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden were indeed young, but nothing could hold him back until Harden participated in the Olympics in 2012 during Team USA's gold medal quest. Players like LeBron James and Dwayne Wade recognized the talent of 22-year-old James Harden and advised him, "You are far too talented to remain the sixth man in OKC. You deserve your own team and maximum salary." When OKC offered him a lowball deal, Harden had the confidence to seek new opportunities, leading to the end of their Big Three. Many regarded that trade as one of the worst in history at the time, but front office executive Sam Presti managed to recover from that setback and construct this dominant roster. How did he achieve this? It traces back to a pivotal decision he made nearly 2 decades ago. Without that crucial factor, none of this would be possible. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams are the core of the Thunder, while they have depth and an excellent coach. SGA and G-Dub elevate them to elite status. SGA has performed so well that he is now the 6th player in history to score 35 and grab 5 rebounds during a championship run. The others on that list are MJ Kobe, LeBron, Giannis, Jokic, and SGA. Winning Finals MVP places him in an even more prestigious category, as one of only 8 players to win both MVP and Finals MVP in the same season, with every other member being a top 10 player of all time. That is the direction SGA is heading, but every Michael Jordan requires a Scottie Pippen, and that's Jalen Williams. Even Scottie mentioned, "I see a lot of myself in him, definitely, and I don't want to limit him by saying he'll be like me. I envision him being even better." It's astonishing to mention just a few weeks back, because in the previous playoffs, a significant factor in the Thunder's second-round exit was J-Dub's erratic performance. However, this season, the Thunder could rely on his contributions nightly in crucial moments like Game 5 of the Finals. The Pacers had been placing full-court pressure on SGA, exhausting him, especially by Game 3 when the Thunder fell short. In Game 5, J-Dub stepped up, taking control of the ball so SGA could play off the ball, scoring 48 points and allowing SGA to remain fresh for the game's closing moments. Many stars don't consistently receive that kind of support from their second options, like Jokic. Can we truly count on Jamal Murray every game? Or Ant's second option? Or Steph's second option? That's no longer a question in OKC. Remarkably, SGA and G-Dub originated from a trade made 2 decades ago, when Sam Presti was hired from the Spurs in 2007. His initial move was focused on youthful talent, trading Rashard Lewis to the Magic and receiving a $9 million trade exception in return. That trade exception enabled Phoenix to offload salary, allowing OKC to receive picks in return. One of those picks turned into Serge Ibaka, who was traded for a young Victor Oladipo during the Monocenos in 2016. A year later, they were traded to acquire Paul George, who was sent to the Clippers in 2019 for SGA and a wealth of picks, including the 12th pick in 2022, known as Jalen Williams. Thus, their main duo, which positions them as a championship-caliber team, can be traced back to a small trade exception nearly 20 years ago, showcasing Sam Presti's exceptional team-building skills. However, the team extends beyond just their top 2 players. Before discussing potential obstacles to this OKC dynasty, it's crucial to understand their current strengths, with their foremost asset being their defense. Ranking number 1 in the NBA, it seemed like half their points this season stemmed from transition plays following steals. While the Pacers managed decently, there were numerous moments when they struggled to initiate offensive sets. Lou Dort stands out as their best defender, causing trouble for Tyrese Haliburton, but if Dort is beaten, OKC's exceptional help defense is ready to assist. Observe how Andrew Nembhard can get past Dort closing out, yet J-Dub in the paint chooses to leave Turner and shift towards the ball, while Shai on the weak side moves down, poised to intercept the subsequent pass. Alex Caruso may well be the league's finest off-ball defender. When Pascal Siakam drives, Caruso unexpectedly disrupts the play. It's as if their team functions with a single mindset, which is somewhat unsettling to observe. Watch Siakam as he drives to the basket, drawing all 4 Thunder defenders towards the paint. Once he halts his dribble, they quickly retreat to cover their opponents on the perimeter, which feels a bit eerie. However, the paint isn't a safe haven either, as OKC boasts 2 solid defensive bigs in Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein. Offensively, Rick Carlisle of the Pacers exhibits brilliance, implementing a strategy to pressure Shea effectively in Game 3, raising valid concerns about ESJAA's performance heading into Game 4. The countermeasure was to entrust the ball to J-Dub, who rose to the occasion, demonstrating both his ability to speed downhill and score in half-court situations via pick-and-rolls. With SGA rejuvenated, he showcased arguably the top one-on-one scoring skills in the league. He mentioned studying Kobe Bryant's style, and it's evident in his gameplay. He can certainly draw frustrating fouls, but his skill set runs far deeper. Shea and his teammates delivered one of the most remarkable playoff performances ever, but with that success comes significant financial implications. Depending on their gameplay, the Thunder may struggle to endure, regardless of Sam Prey's intelligence or their youth. The second apron was created to dismantle potential dynasties, a trend we've witnessed repeatedly. Now that SGA has secured the MVP title, he is eligible for a substantial extension pegged at 35% of the salary cap, and if he postpones signing it until the next offseason, he can optimize his earnings for a full contract valued at $413.2 million, which includes $86.5 million in the final year. Which means Dude will earn well over $1 million for each NBA game. Then J-Dub and Chad Holmgren are due for extensions the following year, and if both players make either All-NBA or receive a major award, which is quite possible, he'll receive 30% of the salary cap. So, KC might allocate 95% of their finances toward just 3 players, which implies everyone else will either need to accept low salaries or leave the team blue dort by Isaiah Hartenstein, by Quezon Wallace, CU, and significant factor in the Thunder's success is their depth and team defense. Well, all of that could collapse in just 2 years with this second apron now. If you inquire with OKC, they will say, hey, this is why we have numerous draft picks to start with. Once we get costly, we can easily swap out the high-priced role players for inexpensive new rookies, no problem. Sure, you would need to hit on all of those draft selections to acquire truly outstanding rookies. This is precisely what hindered the Denver Nuggets. They want to avoid the second apron, causing them to part ways with key role players each offseason. This is why the Celtics are on the verge of a major overhaul. However, there's a method for the Thunder to sidestep this issue, and if they succeed, it could transform the NBA permanently. Many fans were quite frustrated with Jalen Brunson for his actions last year, as he opted for a pay reduction to allow the New York Knicks to sign top-tier players around him. People resented Brunson because it raised concerns that other teams might expect their star players to also take significant pay cuts. What if the Thunder stars all agree to reduce their salaries, resulting in several championships that set a standard for every future contender? Players might be upset about this, but it could be the only path for the Thunder to establish a dynasty in this new era. However, the NBA offseason has officially started, and the next event is the NBA draft, so I created an official mock draft since after the first 2 picks, a lot of excitement could unfold on draft night.